Today's episode is brought to you by Eagle Energy. Eagle Energy is a plant-based caffeine inhaler which provides you with an effective and fast-acting energy boost. Listen, people, bottom line, if you're trying to cut out those high sugary Monster energy drinks that take 30, sometimes 45 minutes, and not even to mention they're not healthy for you, if you're trying to cut that out of your diet, Eagle Energy is the product for you. I use it first thing in the morning when I want to get a quick start to my day, a little jump, a little bolt. Same thing. I use it. My friends use it. My parents use it. Remember, everyone that's worried about, the no sugar intake, no calories, that's perfect for you. Eagle Energy has no sugar, has no calories. It's plant-based, so it's healthy. You can talk to all your friends about it, say how you're plant-based. It's a great product. It wakes me up in the morning. It allows me to stay focused on the tasks at hand. And more importantly, it allows me to finish my tasks at hand. And starting the high button here, there's definitely been a lot of tasks. So I have to thank Eagle Energy for that. So thank you very much to Eagle Energy. All right, Stefan, thanks for joining the podcast, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, what's up? Thanks for having me.
This is the latest I've ever done a podcast, so I'm excited to a little late night work.
It's the roads, man, yeah.
The roads are delaying everyone.
I know.
So your dad was going out or he was coming in?
Coming in from Montreal, and he was one of the only flights that I think got in tonight, but it was slick out there, so.
That's never happened to me, like just coming into a city and that's happened. I've been lucky, fortunate.
Yeah, it was bad tonight. And it got cold. It froze up, so.
I know. So right before, everyone that's listening, right before you got here, I was trying to close the shed door, and the top of the shed door is just pure ice. So it's catching the top and it won't shut. You know what I mean? Like the very top. So like I have a bunch of equipment in there.
You gotta scrape the top of it.
So after I gotta like melt the ice or something like that. I don't know. I gotta figure out how to get it shut.
Chip it off.
So what's up, man? How's life?
Life's good, man. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, can't complain, man.
Yeah?
Things, relatively speaking, man, things are really good, Got a lot to be thankful for, and things are good, man, yeah.
I always ask that question at the beginning of the podcast. I say, how's life? And I know you're dealing with cystic fibrosis.
Yeah.
And I feel like that question has a lot more meaning to you. How's life? Most people take that and they just go, it's good, just shooting the shit, did this last week. Man. But I feel a guy like you, every day, every second, every minute, you take it with...
Dude, for sure.
You live in the moment, I guess I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's just, it's like, for me, it's all about perspective. And, I know like before this, we were talking about just like you were asking how to, like keep your head up and like push through things. And it's just like, I find, living with a disease, it's, like it's subconsciously just installed in you to like kind of live like that vicariously,
Yeah.
It's just like my tolerance for stuff is so much higher now that just like all the kind of smaller stuff you deal with or just day-to-day things are just amplified and just seem better, like more positive. Because, you have some bad times, but then that really like influences how good some things are. So like when things are going good in life, you like really appreciate them,
That's cool.
And like you don't have to have anything like big even happen, man. Like just cool day-to-day stuff. Like,
so give me like an example of like the most recent thing that you're just like, wow, that's amazing.
Man, like just being able to have like, I don't know, good workouts, man.
Yeah.
Where I'm not feeling sick, like feeling good in the mornings. Usually I feel like crap in the mornings. Just like little stuff like that, man. Like being off something with cystic fibrosis that you got to be on antibiotics a lot to clear up infections. So just like, man, being longer off antibiotics.
Does that affect your mood?
Man, antibiotics have a lot of like weird side effects too. Like they affect your gut bacteria. They do affect your mood, your energy.
Yeah.
Just like being off those for like a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
It you just feel like a lot better. Yeah. And just even being able to like ski. Like I was out playing some hockey. Like this. Were you? That outdoor rink out in BP. Bootler's Point?
No. There's so many lakes right now that are just amazing.
It's got this amazing outdoor rink, man, just lit up with lights and just even doing cool stuff like that on the weekends, man. It's just... Yeah, just feel, appreciative to do cool stuff like that,
Do you find when you're doing these cool things, you almost do them to take your mind off everything else? Or do you do it just out of the pure love of just being an active guy?
Yeah, more or less like just the love of just like doing stuff.
Well, I was looking at your Instagram. You just seem like you're an active guy. You just seem like you're out and about, never really sitting at home.
And like, you know what? I don't really do it to take my mind off things because I'm so kind of used to the day-to-day lifestyle, I guess, of living with a chronic illness.
Yeah.
Like I've had some points where like things have gotten pretty rough, or like there's been like a lot going on in my life, and like at that time it's like important to do stuff like that. But in times like right now where I'm feeling good and like health wise, I'm like I'm doing good. Like the day-to-day stuff living with CF, it's not like I need to really like do much to like distract myself, if like, because that's normal to me, you know, like it's a lot, but it's like it's my normal life. So it's like, you know, like you don't need to do stuff in your day-to-day life to take stuff off your normal kind of routine, you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
How old were you when you found out about this?
Man, so super young. So it was so I got diagnosed when I was 6 months.
Old.
Yeah. Wow. So
how do your parents so how do your parents take care of you at 6 months old with that disease? How does that work?
So like initially, so CF is a genetic disease, right?
Is it? I didn't know that.
So it's passed. So like the way you're diagnosed is you have like two almost carrier parents of like the genetic defect. Okay. And when you have two carriers that come together, you get a baby with it, or you get chances of a baby with it, I should say.
So wait a second, both of your parents have? So
they don't have CF, but they carry a gene.
Really?
So like if you have a carrier of the gene and a non-carrier, there's no chance your kid's gonna have CF. But randomly, like the chances of them, that's how it happens, right? So like you have two people that,
and they didn't know.
Exactly. Yeah. So two people that have the carrier gene, I think it's 25% chance you have CF, and maybe I have to look up the odds, but there's a percentage when you have two carriers. You're not guaranteed to have CF.
Yeah.
But there's a big chance that your kids are gonna have CF. So
wow.
Yeah. So like in the first 6 months, like I was like crying all the time, right? One of the big parts of CF is you get problems with your digestive system, because that's another big like organ or body part CF affects.
Yeah.
So like, so my pancreas doesn't produce digestive enzymes. So when I'm eating as a kid, all the food that I'm eating isn't getting digested and absorbed.
Yeah.
So I'm having like these horrible cramps as a baby, but I'm just like crying all the time, right?
Did your parents know at the time, or they're like, "Okay, we got to take this kid to the doctor and see what's
Exactly.
wrong"?
Yeah, they were like, he's just crying like abnormally, like he's like up all night. So, and then the way you test for CF, you do a sweat test, because people with CF actually excrete more salt in their sweat.
Wow.
So you almost take like a dab of sweat, analyze it, and mine was really salty, and that's how I was diagnosed. Yeah.
Wow.
So like, yeah, it's just been my whole life, right?
Well, it's an interesting perspective due to the fact that some people live their whole life. Let's say, you know, I know you've had testicular cancer as well, but
yep.
Let's say you are 16 and, you know, you get that call from the doctor. Listen, you have CF. That's a tough call to take. But since you've had it since you were 6 months of age, or was aware of it, you know, you've lived with it your whole life and never really got that call.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just been like ingrained into me since I was young. Like I've never known anything else, right? So
but
like,
that's kind of a blessing.
It is
in a way. It's just
no, it totally is.
You had it your whole life.
Well, because you're not given that like big diagnosis of a illness or like a chronic illness. Like you said, like you mentioned, like the cancer was like that was a lot different for me than CF.
How old were you when that came about?
That was when I was 20 years old. Yeah. In university, and like I'm so used to having CF, even though CF is probably I wouldn't say it's worse, it's just different, you know, like CF has no cure, you're not beating CF, right? But like the cancer was just like so out of the blue, and that's just like you said, like when you're not prepared for that, and you it's just crazy. Yeah. Not when you're not used to something. Like my baseline was being used to having CF. As weird as that sounds, that's not a big deal to me anymore because I'm so used to it. But then when you get it, like you said, like getting a diagnosis out of the blue, it's like.
And now you have to take care of the cancer part as well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the two of them, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
So how do you stay mentally stable? Like how do you just? I guess I'm already asking these questions too, like early in the podcast. I guess I could ask it a million different ways.
No, we can dive in. Yeah.
It's. Okay, for example, I have like a cyst behind my ear. I thought it was it's not even a cyst. It's what did they say it was on the? I forget what the guy said it was. It's like a bunch of blood cells that have built up.
Okay.
And I had to go in and get a CAT scan about a month ago.
Yeah.
And I got the call. What?
Going in for stuff like that, stressful as hell.
So I go in there and, you know, I get it done. He calls me like a week later, which ended up being 2 days ago. And he goes, "Listen, Justin, it's not a cyst. And there was 3 seconds in between that when he said it's not a cyst that he paused.
Your heart started racing.
My life flashed before my eyes.
Yeah.
Not that I did get scared, but my life, he did. But then at the end, he was just like, you know what? No, it's not cancer. It's just it's blood cells that have built up. But with those 3 seconds where he paused, my whole life flashed in front of me,
dude. So, well, man, like you will never get a bigger like kick in the ass or like perspective changer than like you haven't even like a big diagnosis or something, but when you feel your health is compromised in such a potentially serious way, like it really makes you like priorities, like you said, like your life almost like flash like in front of your eyes. It's crazy.
Yeah. So when you got that call, if you don't mind me asking, I just don't want you to get too emotional. If you do, feel free. No, man, but honestly, what did you do when you got that call?
Book, man. I love talking about this stuff.
Good, man. Like, what did you do when you got the call?
So like the cancer one in specific?
Yeah, like I'm sure you...
Well, yeah, so there was like a bunch of lead up to it, or not a bunch of lead up, but like...
there's a moment though when they say the word cancer.
Yeah. So like I had to go in for like a pretty immediate ultrasound of one of my testicles because it was like super abnormal. I was putting it off for a while in the first place.
Yeah.
And then, so like the first time I knew something was bad was, I had gotten that ultrasound and I think I got called like the same day to go in and I was in class and I was just like immediately, like your heart just drops. You get like tunnel vision, you know?
Yeah.
Like everything around you is just like, it's almost like a ringing in your ears, you know, you can't really like focus on anything. It's actually crazy. Yeah. And then, so this was just like from the family doctor I walked into. They're like, they just asked me to come in, right? And I was thinking like, Jesus, this must be bad if I'm coming in like 2 hours later. But I was also just like trying to mentally keep myself like sane. I was like, it's all good. Like they just want to clear this up. Like there's no point to wait.
Yeah.
Like give me the good news. And then I came in and like same thing like you said when you pause. Like I was in that waiting room and dude, like you just like are thinking about nothing. It's just like it's crazy. It's a crazy feel. You can't really explain it until you go through it, right? But it's like your life is just like on hold almost. Like you can't like I said, you can't think of anything else. Like you have tunnel vision. Yeah. So I was sitting there and he comes out and like immediately like his body language, I was like, oh Jesus Christ, man.
The body language. Yeah.
Like he just like slowly sat down. I was like, Jesus, man. And he was just and just like very slowly, he was like, so like, he said something along the lines like you have a mass on one of your testicles. Because the thing is, they'll never say it's cancer.
Yeah.
Because there's like different kinds of like tumor growths. So you can have like cancers and non-cancers. So like until they test that, they can't really just say it's cancer. But like a mass, regardless, like you're going to have to treat it one way or another. Like that's, so like.
Was he chucking a bunch of medical terms at you that you didn't understand? Because that's what happened to me. I had to get him to step back and be like, okay, what does this mean in my term? What is this?
He didn't really. I just remember he said he was just like, there's a mass there, a big mass. And I was
had to chug in the word big.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, man, that's not good. But then like when you say like medical terms, I had to go see like a specialist after that, like probably the next day too. And that's when, like you said, like it started getting like pretty technical.
Yeah.
And just like, I'd have to get like the watered down version.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, it was like, they didn't find out it was cancerous until, I had my testicle removed. So like, I'm a part of the One Nut Club now. Proud of it. Yeah. But,
proud of it.
Yeah. Cause like, I don't know, they have a thing where, like a biopsy, you like pull part of the tumor out to test it.
Yeah.
But when you do that, there's risk of it spreading. So they're like, if it's like contained to one kind of like, I guess like organ, or in my case, like one testicle, they just like often just remove it anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Just to like lessen the chances, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, man, like that diagnosis was probably like, man, of all the bad days I've had with like CF and everything, like I think that one day like beat them all. Like it was a bad day, but, I don't know, man. Like it like it's a cliche, shit happens, but like it just went up from there. Like
I was gonna say, like outside of that, life must be like if you have a job and you're going through a tough time in the job, it feels like you could take on the world, do anything.
Yeah.
Like if you can beat that and deal with CF your entire life, I feel like a little problem in your day-to-day activity would just be absolutely nothing compared to the regular person.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you find that a lot?
Yeah, well, like that was almost the thing, like I said like earlier about like just my tolerance for stuff now is just like a lot higher.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like I've just, I just found like I've been exposed to like such like almost like high levels of chaos, like a lot before that. Like,
What do you mean high levels? Just because are you talking about?
yeah, just like cancer, just like CF in general, just like just those are such like bigger problems to me compared to anything that's really going on in my life, that it's just like anything that happens now, like you said, like a problem at work or like relationship stuff. It's not that I don't care about that stuff, but it's just like the magnitude of those problems comparatively to like a crisis in your own health is just like so small that it's almost good. It's like ironically made me a more like relaxed person just going through day-to-day life, because you're almost just like subconsciously like this stuff, like you just shouldn't get worked up about that if it's, you know, it's like, unless it's a serious problem, you know, but just like, just the small stuff doesn't seem so big,
Well,
you know.
Well,
if that makes sense.
No, it makes tons of sense. Tons of people should have that perspective on life, but unfortunately they don't.
Yeah.
The most little thing, like I'm sure there's people today that are pissed off there's a snowstorm. I'm sure you wake up, say, let's build a fort or something like that. You just have a different
it's just like,
outlook.
it's all good. Like, you don't get worked up about that stuff.
So outside of all that, what do you like to do for activity? I saw you were boxing on your Instagram page.
Yeah.
How long have you been boxing? You look legit.
Yeah, about a year now, actually.
Oh,
Yeah. So like, hopefully, like I've been planning to do like my first amateur fight in the next few months.
How old are you?
26.
Cool.
Yeah. But like, I just think it's a cool accomplishment. I've always been interested in like, I always just love watching MMA or boxing.
Yeah.
And so I started doing it last May. So that's like, I do that a lot now, like 3 or 4 days a week. It's super, super fun.
Do you have anyone that you look up to in the boxing or MMA community, like a fighter that you like?
Like locally or just in general?
Just in general.
Yeah, I've like, I don't know. I just have like favorite fighters that I watch, you know, like I watched like Robbie Lawler over the weekend. I just watched like the past card. Cody Garbrandt's a sick fighter. He got knocked out, but it's all good.
You know Gavin Tucker?
Yeah, man. He actually trains at our boxing gym a lot.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him on the podcast.
That'd be sick.
He says he's training all day, every day. It's hard to get him in here.
I think he was down in Vegas like recently.
Oh, was he?
At the UFC like institute.
They have a like
a state of the art like training facility.
I remember watching you ever watch those UFC and Embiid videos on YouTube?
Yeah.
I remember watching Conor McGregor before he fought Floyd Mayweather, and he was always in there. That's where he trained most of the time.
Yeah.
Some crazy state of the art stuff they have right now.
Yeah. So yeah, Gavin, he comes into our gym like just to spar and like do some stuff when he's getting ready with one of our head trainers. So like, I've actually seen him quite a bit, but yeah, he's I remember seeing him fight when he was here in Halifax and like.
Oh, at the Metro Center.
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah,
that was sick.
It was just like such an electric vibe in the Scotiabank Center.
Because he was from Halifax.
Yeah, he was
I remember
hometown boy.
I remember finding out like in the first round he was from Halifax, and then I was on the edge of my seat. I didn't know who he was before that, and then I remember watching him and then just going, all right, I'm into this fight. And then he dominated the fight. I don't know who he fought, but
yeah, he did work.
He looked good.
Yeah, his movement's crazy.
He was kind of getting like cocky at the end. He was just not cocky, but like he's very, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he put on a show though. Like everyone was hyped about it. Yeah, it was super sick.
So how does that work if you want to fight amateur boxing? Like, do you have a trainer?
Yeah, so like we have a head trainer, and then like the gym we go to like takes really good care of the fighters, which is actually a really nice thing. So like they don't really like throw you into any situations, I guess.
Give me an example of taking care of a fighter. What does that mean?
Like, I mean, so like I didn't even start sparring until I was like 6 months in, just because like I had to build that like almost like that foundation of like just like primary stuff to do with boxing. Because I came in like last year when I came in, I just came in after like I used to compete in powerlifting too last year, and so I came in off of that like which is a totally different kind of shape, and like they knew like how like. I'm like a pretty athletic guy. I've done a lot of sports growing up, but like I was in no way ready to fight at that point. So like they were just really good at like letting you develop first and kind of like being like slow and easy with you. And then kind of like when you have all that developed so far and then slowly working on you, like start sparring and whatnot. And then like even now it's like I'm not in a huge rush to get a fight. And like nor am I going to are they going to let me take one with like some guy that has a lot of fights, right?
Why is there other gyms out there that will chuck someone in the ring without being prepared?
Yeah, like I've heard of some like just like stories from other gyms of I won't like mention who they are obviously, but just of just like people sparring just right off the bat, which like if you want to do that, like good for you, but like I just like just speaking about health in general, like I would like to keep my health. I'm not going in there to get beat up, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really good gym, man. That just really good people. They care about the fighters. So
26 starting boxing, or you said a year ago, so 25.
Yeah.
Is there part of you that wants to do this almost to prove to people that you can do it with CF, or is it just out of plain interest? You know what, I'm going to try this just because of who I am.
I think it's a bit of both, man. I've loved it, but like, I just like there's a bigger part like that, not even do with boxing, but just about like just the lifestyle that I'm trying to live in terms of like fitness or like working out or just doing new stuff like boxing, that like I just think it's important to not like set expectations on yourself. And I think that's like, I'm not one that's gonna like publicly put it out that I have CF. Like my trainers at Bakken didn't even know until like literally like 2 months ago.
So you don't bring it up in conversation?
Oh God, no. I don't let it define me like that. But there's also a part that's like I personally want to show like, say like young families or other people that are diagnosed with it, that like, hey, like you can live a normal life and you can like exceed and stuff. And like, because having a diagnosis of CF is like devastating to some younger families or some people that already have it that are suffering. So it's like a part of it's like, yeah, I just love doing it anyways.
Yeah.
I get off on that stuff. I love trying new stuff, and like boxing is just, it's been humbling and just amazing so far, but it's also cool just to show people, you know, like what's possible.
Okay. I noticed that you just mentioned families there, in young families. So I automatically thought of money. Are the bills expensive for CF when it comes to medication, or?
So no. So like one of the great things just with the medical coverage in Canada, it varies per province, but like we almost get all of our medications covered, which is freaking amazing.
Wow.
It's just like, and that's another very like humbling thing. Like when I go to pick up like a lot of meds.
Yeah.
Like I take like 50 pills a day, like 3 aerosols a day.
50 pills a day.
Yeah. So like when you pick up these huge orders and like it's like zero cost, it's just like, Jesus, man. Like that's one reason I'm super thankful we were born here, because this has a lot to do with it, but Canada has I think the highest median age for CF expectancy. And a lot of that has to do with the fact, I think, that we get our meds covered. Because if you look like someone like the US, their median age is 10 years less than ours.
Wait, say that again, sorry?
So like the expected median age.
What does that mean, median?
So like the average.
Average age.
The average of what someone with CF is supposed to live to. We have the highest here in the world.
Just because we have free medical care.
Yeah, that plays a big part in it. The research has been really good here, but just contrasting that to I guess US doesn't have the same coverage, and their median age is 10 years less than us, so that's a big factor right there. But then you think about even other countries that like maybe the conditions and like the lifestyle are worse, and yeah, I mean it's a huge factor to have, because those are life-saving medications. Like those pills I take, I can't eat food without taking those. Those break down all my food. Those aerosols I take, that's like goes directly in my lungs and helps my lungs directly. And like, if I didn't have that stuff, man, like it would be like night and day.
So how does it work for the pills? Like you're talking morning, lunch, dinner, or before bed, you know?
So like it depends what I'm taking, but like, so I take digestive enzymes. So I have to take those literally every time I eat.
Just before a meal, something.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. They work best when you take them before. There's a small window after, but like you should take them before. So I have to take like 8 for meals.
Was that tough as a kid, taking those pills?
Yeah.
Remembering?
It's a huge thing. Yeah.
I remember I used to lose it. I used to buy so many pairs of sunglasses, but I'd lose them every time I put them on. And I couldn't imagine dealing with 50 pills at the age of 12.
Yeah. So there's small ways you can get around that. My parents always used to like break them open and like feed them in like soup or like yogurt or something like that. I'm so used to it now. That's like,
smart.
It's pretty, I know, eh? But like, yeah, like it's a big thing with people growing up is missing those, because that's such like a fundamental part to like our health. So like I take those every time I eat. I take like a whopping amount of ibuprofen, like 8 extra strength a day, just for the inflammation in my lungs by itself. So like I take those, like I don't need to take those every time I eat. I just take them like split out like twice between the day, which is a little different than the enzymes. But
how many hours do you sleep at night?
8 or 8 usually.
Okay,
yeah.
so there's nothing changed in the sleeping routine.
No, it's like it is recommended that people with CF get like more than average people, because like our bodies are like working overtime with all this like thick mucus in our lungs.
Do you do yoga?
I have, but like not for like
Not for CF purposes.
Yeah, just like for mobility stuff. Like I've always. Yeah.
So how do you find, like, are you looking for extra energy throughout the day, or do you find that the pills wear you down? Do you find that you have pills that pick you up? I'm just trying to wrap my head around 50 pills.
Yeah, so like, well, the pills themselves, I guess, don't directly reflect the energy, but like taking digestive enzymes, I guess.
Yeah.
If you didn't take them, I wouldn't even absorb food. So like just getting like the nutrients and like energy from food, that's a huge part of it. But like, I don't know. There is days like I'm way more fatigued, and then I'll just take like pre-workout before I go to the gym, just because like, I like either like the gym or boxing. Like it just like, since I'm more fatigued, man, I just need that extra little kick if I'm working all day. Like other people do, but it's just a little more for me. I'm always just a little more tired. So
what do you do for your 9 to 5?
So I work as a project coordinator for Ellis Dawn. They're like a construction management company.
Okay.
So like they built like the library and the convention center and things like that.
How long have you been with them for?
So I worked 3 years in university as a student, and then almost like 2.5, 3 years now.
You like it?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's a good job for now.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think it's probably going to be my career, but like I'm really fortunate and lucky to have it now. So
that's cool.
Yeah, man.
I remember you just you just mentioned about the youth and the CF. Do you ever talk to kids? Like, what's the community like here in Nova Scotia or Atlantic Canada? Do you ever promote like public speak, I guess?
Yeah, so like it's cool. Like I've had a lot of really cool public speaking opportunities. Like I've done you've heard of Shinorama?
Yeah, yes.
It's like a big CF fundraiser that like all the universities do. Dal, SMU,
yeah, I've definitely heard of it.
Yeah, they each have like a Shine Day, they call it. So like I've done the kickoff speech at that a few times.
That's cool.
But that's more of like a university crowd. You ever heard of Lone Summer Nights?
Is that a movie?
No, it's an awesome fundraiser in the summer. That's like lawn bowling.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, yeah.
It's the funnest event, and
where everyone wears white.
Yeah, it's the White Night event. Yeah, and so like I'm like I like co-hosted it last year and speak at it every year.
Sick.
And just do like smaller public speaking stuff on the side, but like yeah, no, it's important to share my side of the story.
Yeah,
because I feel like on like a spectrum like of people living with CF, like it's really good hearing from people that are like sick, really sick and like different than me, because you get that perspective.
Yeah.
But then I think it's also good hearing from the other side of the story.
Yeah.
Like I said, like someone that it's like a little healthier.
Yeah.
To just get that message out there of like I said, kind of what's possible. And
cool.
Yeah.
Have you done any traveling?
Yeah, man, quite a bit. Yeah.
Where have you been?
Lately or in general?
So I feel like you're smirking like it was a stupid question I asked. Have you asked?
No,
have you traveled like?
Well, just not like that recently. I just like the last big trip I took. I went to Colombia and Galapagos Islands, which is
you've been around the world.
Yeah, I did an exchange in Dal to Australia, which is super badass.
Where's your favorite place you've been? That's a tough question to answer.
Yeah, it is. Galapagos was like amazing just because of the wildlife.
Yeah.
Like if you like wildlife and stuff, like you're swimming with like, because all the animals are tame because like they're not used to humans, I guess.
Yeah.
So like you're swimming with like sharks and like sea lions, and they're like coming super close to you.
Have you ever seen a giraffe?
No, that's on the bucket list though.
I think that's my favorite animal.
Like a safari or a African safari.
If I die and come back to life, I want to come back to life as a giraffe. Yeah. I feel like that's my personality. What about a zebra? Have you ever seen a zebra?
Oh yeah.
A zebra, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
What about a rhino?
Yeah, dude, a rhino would be badass. Australia was sick too, because like that was different than like a normal trip, because I was over there for school, which was like cool in its own way. You know, you can like kind of get used to the lifestyle over there. Yeah. So that was super badass. The Aussies are hilarious.
Yeah, they're just like Canadians. They're like Canadians.
Yeah, they're hilarious. Yes, that was cool.
You ever see kangaroo over there?
Dude, we had kangaroos on our campuses every day. They were just like, we were staying in dorm rooms, we'd have like kangaroos just outside our doors.
Aren't they like aggressive animals?
Yeah, they can attack you, yeah.
Has one ever attacked you?
No, thankfully. I just keep my distance, yeah. The first time I saw one, I remember I was like just trying to, it was like in the evening, and I tried to sneak up and take like a selfie with the kangaroos in the back. But like on a selfie camera, you can't really tell how close they are. So I was like getting way too close.
So what happened?
Nothing happened. I was just nervous as hell.
Did you get the picture?
Oh yeah, but it kind of sucked because I was like, just like sketched out the whole time. But
that's sick.
Yeah, that was cool. Where else? Costa Rica.
You surf?
I have. I'm not a good surfer.
Yeah, me neither. I suck at it.
The weirdest thing is like I've surfed when I've gone away more than I've surfed here. Does that make sense? Like,
say that again. You've surfed more.
Like, I've surfed more when I've gone away to like nicer places, like Australia and like
that makes
Costa
sense.
Rica and Bali. But then like I'll never surf back here. I don't know why.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
No offense to Nova Scotian surfers, but I'm sure surfing in Costa Rica is better than here.
Yeah, like I would love to do it more here. I don't know, for some reason I haven't.
I tried it once here, and I got stuck in not a current, but
like a riptide.
I didn't go down, but like what am I trying to say?
You get pulled out.
Is it a riptide? I feel like a riptide is the thing that sucks you down.
Yeah, I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue.
Current, just a current. So I was trying to paddle back in,
and you got pulled out really far.
And I got pulled out real far.
Yeah, it's scary as hell.
And then I was by myself. It was freezing. For some reason, I went in November. My dad's a diver, so he has like a wetsuit back there.
Yeah.
So I just took it, and I was like, you know what? This is something. I woke up at like 5 a.m. I went out. I thought I was gonna have a life changing experience. And really, I just got cold. I had a great day, but it was a little scary.
Yeah.
But if I was ever down in Australia or Costa Rica,
it seems nice, man. Surfing is a humbling thing to do, though. Yeah.
But I hear, as soon as you catch your first wave, you're either addicted or it's just not for you.
Yeah.
Did you have that experience?
Yeah. Man, mind you, I'm not a surfer. I actually suck at it.
I still haven't caught a wave. So don't worry.
But like the times I've gotten up on like the worst, smallest waves, it's been amazing.
Has it been amazing?
Yeah, it's been a good feeling. So
that's sick. Yeah. How long were you in Australia for?
5 months.
5 months. That's a good period of time.
Dude, yeah, it was the funnest. It was like one of the best experiences and things I've done. It was just super cool. Getting out of your comfort zone and like going over there by yourself and meeting a bunch of cool people. And I was on a pass fail, which was so sweet.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Like a pass fail in school.
Oh, there's no A, B, C, D.
Yeah, there's no grade. You just pass your course, and that's
Did you pass?
That. Yeah, but it just gives you more freedom to like do stuff, because like.
In what sense? What freedom to do what?
Travel.
Around Australia?
Yeah, get out and do stuff. You're not so committed to school. It's just you can have like an overall experience that's like way more worthy than being like just going at the books all day. Is
the education system different over there in Australia than Canada? It must be.
No, it's pretty similar actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just nice, like, after having like 5 years in school to be able to like kind of like, I wouldn't say screw off, but like just like have a more laid back semester. And it's a really cool spot where you could do a lot of cool things.
Did you van around Australia at all?
Yeah, so I had two buddies that came down from Halifax.
Who? Do I know him?
Do you know Louis Martin?
I know Louis. I played lacrosse against him. Yes, I know Louis.
Yeah, so like...
I know his older brother, Joe, better.
Joe, all the Martin boys.
Yeah.
Louis, and then one of our other buddies, Eric McNeil. I don't know if you know him. He's good buddies with Louis.
Okay.
Just went to high school with him. But so they came down and we rented a van and did like a 21-day road trip from Sydney on the East Coast all the way up to Cairns, which is like north on the East Coast. So like pretty much did like the whole East Coast in the van.
Sydney's here and then Cairns like up here?
Yeah, Cairns is like tropical, like north.
Past Melbourne?
Melbourne's south actually.
Oh, is it?
So Cairns is like top north, like
cool.
right where the Great Barrier Reef is pretty much.
Cool.
So we did like a 28-day road trip in a van, which is so fun. Like
a lot of people envy that.
Yeah.
Most people can't do that.
Yeah.
And you got to do it.
Yeah, pretty surreal experience. That was like some of the best memories there.
Did you go over to New Zealand?
No, man, I wish.
I want to see the red blacks. What are they called?
Redbacks.
Redback?
No, sorry, no. All Blacks.
All Blacks.
We're talking about like the CFL team.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, Red Blacks?
The Ottawa. No, I want to see the All Blacks play.
Yeah, we saw some pro rugby when we were in Australia.
Did you? I've never seen a rugby game other than high school.
Dude, it's crazy.
Is it?
It's like American football over there.
Is it like tailgating and stuff?
Yeah. Just like the fans are crazy. Like Australian rules football is even crazier than rugby there. You've heard about that?
No.
Aussie rules football?
No.
You never heard about that?
What's that?
Man, it's this sport you play in it's like in an oval.
Like cricket?
No, it's like an oval.
Well, an oval.
It's like an oval field with like goalposts like NFL, and it's like a mix of rugby, but you can dribble the ball, but the ball is oval, and it's full contact. It's the craziest sport.
Actually, you know what? I have heard of it. I had a buddy that I was staying with in LA in Airbnb. He was from Australia.
It's crazy,
and he played that game, or his brother played that game.
It's crazy.
He showed me highlights.
Yeah. It's like a mix of like soccer, like football and rugby. Because the guys, like, you run a crazy distance in the game too, because the field's huge. But it's like full contact. You can pitch the ball backwards, but kick it forwards. It's like,
Wow.
I couldn't follow it, but it's like the biggest thing over there.
So
bigger than rugby.
You never played rugby?
I played rugby.
I was gonna say you got the body for a rugby player.
Short and stocky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played rugby over there.
Oh, did
For
you?
the school, yeah. Just on like an intramural team, but it was fun.
What sport do the girls like most there over in Australia?
AFL.
Really? I would have guessed surfers.
No, they like Aussie rules football. Boys.
Really?
Yeah. Because they're like tall and lean. That's the big thing over there. So I was hated. I was like short and stocky. Yeah.
You got no girls over there.
No, like unless I played AFL, but I couldn't play AFL anyways. Too much running.
That's sick, man.
Yeah.
No, I remember seeing the guy out in LA. I forget his name. You showed me highlights of it. It looks sick.
It's crazy. It's chaos though. It's hard to tell what's going on, to be honest with you. But it's a cool sport.
That's how I feel about NFL football. I don't know what's going on in the plays and shit.
Yeah. Do you watch NFL football?
Just the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I only watch it for the food.
Yeah.
Do you watch the NFL?
You watch it for the parties.
Sure.
The Super Bowl parties.
Yeah, the Super
food,
Bowl.
yeah.
Well, I just like food.
The whole atmosphere, yeah.
Do you watch NFL?
Yeah, a lot, man. I'm a big NFL fan. I grew up playing football too, so.
Who's your team?
The Cowboys, man.
I don't know. Is that good or bad?
I don't know. People hate them. People
America's
love them.
team?
Yeah. Just my grandfather liked them. My dad liked them. So I had no choice.
That's like me with the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
I was born into it.
Yeah, my dad's from Montreal, so he's a big Canadiens fan.
My dad's from Montreal too.
Oh, shit.
What neighborhood did he grow up in?
Dorval?
I don't know.
I don't know where it is, but
My dad grew up in a neighborhood. It was actually a Jewish neighborhood. I'm not Jewish. Right next to the Olympic Stadium. Ever been to the Olympic Stadium?
No. I haven't. I've seen it though. I've been to Montreal before, but never to the actual stadium.
Have you ever been to a Montreal Expos game when you were younger?
Not Expos game. I've been at an Alouettes game. Would they have played at the Olympic Stadium?
The Alouettes?
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, maybe I have been there.
I think they play at McGill now.
But they used to play at the.
Yeah, but they couldn't fill it up, so it just looked bad for TV.
Yeah, it was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember being younger, and I never went to school camps here in Halifax because my grandparents lived in Montreal, and they're just like, well, it's a good experience for Justin. So they just shipped me up to Montreal for the summers when I was younger, and my grandfather had season tickets for the Expos. So, baseball, MLB. I like the MLB, but they'll have back-to-back games. So I remember a huge chunk of my childhood was at the Olympic Stadium just watching the Montreal Expos play.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And that's why I fell in love with the city.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a cool experience in general to have like that kind of sports teams when you're younger.
Do you ever, I know you ski and snowboard. Do you ever been to Mont Tremblant, or do you snowboard?
I used to freestyle ski a lot, like compete.
You ever been to Mont Tremblant?
Yeah, a few times. Tremblaw's awesome, man. God. Just the whole the skiing isn't the best exclusively, but you go for like the atmosphere, like the whole lodge, the bars are
Walking
great.
around.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's like a little it's like a smaller version of Whistler almost, It's
I love ski trips.
Yeah.
I've been on like maybe one or two, but
The best.
you ever see Hot Tub Time Machine?
I have.
That's kind of what got me hooked.
I was at the mountain where they filmed it just for Christmas. Fernie.
Where?
Fernie, out in BC. There's like one scene where they're going through the town and all the windows are boarded up.
Yeah.
And they where that hot tub is, but like it's iconic. Like Fernie's like an iconic like ski mountain out west.
Yeah.
So Hot Tub Time Machine though, yeah.
Is it a sick resort?
Yeah, but it's not as like touristy as like Banff. So it's like more kind of like hardcore skiers go there.
Do you spend time out west?
I have just for skiing, but I got two step siblings that live out there now.
That's sick.
Out in Fernie, yeah. So we go out to visit them.
That's a great thing about family that gets around.
I know, yeah.
Just everywhere.
Family trips out west, yeah.
I lived in Vancouver for a year and a half. Great.
Like it?
Great. I like it. It's expensive, but if you can afford to live out there, oh man.
Did you go out to Whistler at all when you were there?
I didn't, man.
Yeah.
I did not.
Shit.
Just I was so poor.
Yeah.
I could barely get to the grocery store to get food, man.
Yeah, that's hard.
It's tough.
Yep.
But I still got a buddy that lives out there, and I went up and saw him, and I think last 6 months ago. Anyway, still didn't get there, but I love out west. I lived on Vancouver Island for a bit too.
Yeah.
Dad's in the military.
My grandparents that passed away used to live in Vancouver. And I have like some memories about going there and going to like Stanley Park.
Oh yeah.
And that like, what do you call it, down the waterfront there? Some museum. It's
Granville Island.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
There's a bunch of beaches downtown too, which is cool.
Yeah, I just have like small memories of it, but like, yeah, Vancouver's a sweet city.
Questionable, back to the pills. Sorry to bring it up again.
Let's go back to the pills. Shoot your shot.
traveling through planes.
Dude, shit show traveling with all those meds.
Yeah. How does that work through security?
Man, not like security doesn't like, usually I'll check them. I'll take like enough in my carry-on that'll last me like a day or two. But like, for example, when I went to Australia, I had to bring like 4 months of meds and it filled up one whole goddamn suitcase of meds. And I had to bring that through customs. It was a total nightmare.
So every time you go to the airport, you probably have to go like 2 hours early. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like, it's usually not a big issue because like, I don't know how they do it. They never ask me about it unless I go away for that long. When I went to Cuba, that was a different story. Like that was a total shit show trying to get meds in there. And like, I have like a machine I do my aerosols with, and like, they didn't know what the hell that was. So it was like that. I had a lot of trouble in Cuba specifically, but like I don't have troubles in other airports. It's more or less just a hassle of like preparing everything to bring. And like one of my medications has to be refrigerated. So I got to pack it with like an ice pack. And like when I get to the destination, put it in the fridge and like all this stuff. So it's like, it's not so much of a nuisance in like terms of like, I'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
It's just like the general, just like preparation of like making sure you get the numbers right and like you have enough and packing it. And like,
You sound like you're all down about it.
yeah, it's just, I don't know, man.
You sound like a sad puppy.
It's a
right
pain
now.
in the ass, but like it's necessary. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you're used to it though now.
Yeah,
You know, but or are you?
I am. It is
All
what
right.
it is. That's normal for me. I'll take a whole suitcase full of meds for one trip. That's just, yeah.
That's great. A whole
I need that
suitcase.
stuff. Yeah.
To go to Australia, a whole suitcase.
I had like a duffel bag with like, it was like a ski bag. So it was like a suitcase on the bottom with like a zip on duffel bag up top.
Yeah.
And the whole bottom was all medications. And like, I even stripped it out of like, it comes in like boxes almost like, and I took it all out of the boxes and stripped it down. And it was still a whole suitcase worth. It was wild, man. I'll show you a picture after this. I have a picture of the suitcase.
Yeah,
It's
I gotta
crazy.
see it.
Yeah, it's like so many medications.
Yeah. Okay. This summer, are you going anywhere? Any plans?
Traveling?
Yeah.
I might be going somewhere in April. My brother just moved to New Zealand actually earlier this year.
So you might be able to go see the All Blacks.
Yeah, he's got a van. He just bought a van. He's doing like what we were just talking about earlier. So like we've been talking about like either going to New Zealand or going somewhere down there,
Okay.
like to like Indonesia or like I'll probably gonna go down for 2 weeks. So like it's I shouldn't say only 2 weeks. That's pretty sweet anyways. But I'd rather like do New Zealand if I had more time.
Yeah.
Like do it authentically like he's doing.
That's the thing about traveling that far. It's like when you said you went to Australia for 5 months, I'm like, it's perfect. You don't want to go to
Exactly.
Australia for a couple weeks.
No, you get there, you're jet lagged for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like something bigger like that. I'll take more time sometime to do it, hopefully. But like if I go somewhere in April, it'll just be like somewhere else. But like I love being here for the summer anyways. Like you probably agree that like you wait around here 8 months a year just because our summers are so good.
June, or even May. Maybe not May. June, July, August, even a bit of September.
Man, September's amazing. though,
September,
yeah.
probably one of the best months here.
So it's like I'm not going away in the summer. Like I want to be around for all those weekends and as much time as you can here at least.
Where do you live at?
Just like South End, on Victoria Road.
Okay.
Down by
Where are your
Snoop.
parents from?
They're from here, just out in Tantallon.
Oh, so you guys are like lake country out there.
Yeah, or like beach country.
Beach country.
Yeah, just out in like St. Margaret's Bay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like Hubbard's.
Yeah, it's actually like pretty close to there.
Is it?
Yeah, gorgeous beaches down there, so it's a sweet spot.
You ever go to the Shore Club?
I went there for Halloween this year.
Give me your most memorable night at Shore Club. I'll give you mine after.
I've only been there a couple times. Most memorable night was one I couldn't really remember, and that was this Halloween.
Who's
And,
playing?
Man, I don't
If you can remember.
I don't remember who was playing. I was dressed like a raccoon that got into the compost, and I got thrown out pretty early, so that was pretty fun. But I've been to like some Matt Mays concerts there too.
Same, Matt
and like I was
Mays.
gonna say, some of the most memorable ones have been like hitting a cottage before.
Matt Mays and Melatones.
Yeah, Matt Mays puts on such a sick show there. It's always like sold out. Hits like 3 nights in a row down there.
First night I was ever there was the Melatones, and they went up for probably an hour. And then they took a break, and I couldn't find my friends. It was the first time I'm in the Shore Club. It's a small place, but at the same time, it's kind of a big place.
Yeah, well, it's
Once-
confusing too, almost.
You have no idea. So I'm in there, and it was the first time I ever took a weed brownie. So I'm in there, kind of freaking out, kind of drunk.
I got a story for you after this.
Don't know what's going on. So you know what I do? I see a microphone up on stage. I get up on stage, get into the mic. Alex.
You kind of look like Matt Mays if he cut his hair.
Thanks. Appreciate that. So I get up on the mic. I'm like, Alex, Ben, Kevin, where are you guys? And then I just see them put their hands up, Belly, as my nickname, Belly. So I go, Belly. And then I just dropped the mic and I saw security coming behind me. I was like, sorry, I was just looking for my friends. I found them and went back and found my buddies.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah,
I'll take that tip next time. Yeah.
What's your story?
Oh man, it's just, you mentioned weed brownie. I remember the first time I had a weed brownie. It has to do with my pills, actually, my CF.
Okay.
So like I have to take those pills every time I eat to digest.
Yeah.
And first time I can't smoke because of my lungs, right?
Yeah.
So like first time we did a weed brownie, I didn't take my pills with it. Cause like I didn't even think about it, right? Cause I was like, they're just a little snack.
Yeah.
But like I need the pills to digest fats, complex carbs, and proteins. And like brownies have a ton of fat in them.
I didn't know that.
And so like I eat the brownie, it doesn't get digested properly, so the weed doesn't get digested properly. So like straight up, like it didn't even hit me for a while because it was all screwed up in my system anyways. And when it hit me, I was like straight up like high for like 3 days. It was the worst.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I had to like go to school the next day. I was like texting my friends. It's like, when is this gonna wear off? Like this is just, it's like not fun. Because I was just like, the weed didn't get like processed properly through my system.
Where did this happen at?
Nightmare. Just out of like a buddy's apartment, like a sketchy apartment on Gottingen.
Oh, I thought it happened at the Shore Club.
Oh no, I wish. That'd be a good Shore Club story.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being that, because being high off a weed brownie is a lot different than, I guess you've never smoked weed.
No, like I've vaporized it a few times before, but like that was the first time I did anything weed related anyways.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what it was like. So yeah, it was
What about drinking alcohol? Can you drink?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm supposed to take like pills again, like with like alcohol, because it like has like carbs in it, right? But like that's really not an issue.
What's the diet like for you? Like, you're a vegetarian, you can eat
No,
meat,
I eat pretty much everything. I just like, for my own personal reasons. So like, I guess, I don't know if you want to dive into this at all, but so basically like a CF diet prescribed originally because we don't absorb nutrients, like I was saying with the pills. So like we're supposed to eat an extremely high caloric diet.
What does caloric mean?
Like high calories.
So like a lot of pasta.
Well, like just like a caloric dense food, like you go to McDonald's that has a shitload of calories, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Don't you want that?
Yeah, so like, I mean, we're told from the get-go to eat like the most high caloric stuff because we're not absorbing a lot of calories in. So like to maintain your weight for CF, they're just like, man, smash as much stuff as you can because it's not going to get all in there. Like, and if you don't eat a lot, you're going to like, a lot of people CF are like underweight and like skinny. So a huge struggle is just maintaining weight. So like you're told from the get-go to eat a ton of calories, but like I'm a little different. I used to do that growing up because I didn't have a hard time putting on weight, but I just did it anyways because like just growing up, you just want to maintain a healthy weight, right?
Yeah. But
like lately, I don't really eat like that anymore because I more or less eat like now for like performance and like working out and stuff. And like, I don't know, I feel like with CF now, like I still eat a lot of food because I need all those calories.
Yeah.
But I try to get it through like good, like whole sources of foods pretty much. Like I won't eat a lot of fast food. I have a pretty clean diet, but I feel like not only is that like good, like for performance wise, like working out or in the gym, but like I also feel like because my body's already compromised, like I should be giving it the best chance to feel good, you know, with like correct food and nutrition. And then it just like, I think about too, like if I was eating like how I was kind of told to eat with all this, like just eat as much food as you can, fast food, processed stuff, just like how you would feel differently on that, you know?
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's just like I've kind of taken like a different approach to it, but to more or less fuel my workouts and stuff because I'm really into like working out and boxing and lifting weights. But it's just like, yeah, like I said before, you think like just a good nutrition would make your body, anyways, if it's sick, feel better. Like,
and your mind too.
Yeah, exactly. It makes everything feel better. So why not eat better if you
I don't know about you, but like these past couple years, probably 25, 26, I've noticed a lot more about what I put into my body, especially alcohol.
Totally.
You know, you have 2 beer and the next day you'll kind of feel it, especially with food too. You have a Big Mac meal, you feel like shit.
Oh yeah,
right
man.
after.
I would slam that. Like you're probably the same as me. Like in high school, I would slam that stuff before I'd like go to football practice.
High school, you know, you probably crush on the weekend, 18 beer on Saturday night. Eat McDonald's all night, wake up Sunday morning at 6 a.m. for your shift at 7 and just kind of feel a little whatever. No, I'm talking high school. Like I'd be like, I'll be able to do it. If you do that now, you don't even think about it.
Dude, you're gone for like 3 days.
You're done and that's probably the one thing that pushes me away from all that, is just not being able to be productive the next day. Because if there's any time I'm in a funk or I get depressed, or it's just like, not depressed, but just not myself, it's just because I'm not being productive.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's the reason for most people.
Yeah, like you said, like you're more conscious of it now. Like usually, like I have to walk a pretty fine line between like how, like, because like obviously when you're drinking and partying hard, like you're getting, like, for me, I get like really run down if you're getting hungover, and like that's when I can become really sick. So like I had like a lot of not bad experience, but a lot of like kind of like learning experiences when I was in high school and early in university, because I'd get like I would like you said, like drink like all weekend long, but then like, man, I would get so sick, my body would just be so run down, so tired. That's when I'd catch the lung infections. So now it's like much more just doing it like sporadically. Like if it's a good event or something like that, I'll save it for that. But it's like you said, I got to be much more conscious now, because like just like one big night for me, like health can go like downhill like that, right? So
at least you're aware of it.
Yeah,
well, you have to be. There's no other option.
I know. Yeah. All
right, man. Well, we're coming up on an hour here, almost 9 hours. What time is it? 9:30.
Man, that actually flew by.
What are you doing the rest of the night?
Man, I'm going home. I gotta maybe just like eat some food, and then I gotta work in the morning. So
what are you gonna eat?
Man, it's gonna be something fast. It's gonna be like some Greek yogurt or smoothie or something. I'm not making any food tonight. It's too late. Like you said, you gotta get those hours in.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. What about you? You got plans tonight?
Tonight, I'm just gonna edit this podcast. I'll put it out tomorrow morning or tonight. I don't know. Just do a little bit of work.
Yeah.
I have trouble sleeping if I know there's work that has to be done. It's hard for me to sleep.
What do you do for work? Because you said you stay up like till like 1 every night.
I do this, man. Like the good thing about the podcast game is that it's an international market. People in Japan are listening to this. So, let's say you want to run advertising from a company based in Minnesota, because for some reason people in Minnesota are listening to this.
Yeah.
So you'll fire off emails. Hey, do you guys want to get involved in the High Button? I'd love to talk. And I've done sales emails for advertising on this at 10 o'clock at night, because someone in the other part of the world, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it's an international market, and this is all I do.
It must be going good though, man. I mean, if you can do this and like you like you said, you enjoy it. I mean, that's a cool lifestyle right there.
It is. It's just you don't really think about it doing well. You don't really like sit and go, oh, this is going well. You just kind of like do it, and then sometimes you look back and you're like, oh, look at all that work I did.
Yeah.
You just kind of look forward to it. It's not like, I guess so. Yeah. I got to learn to. Yeah. It's going well.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Last minute is yours if you want to say hi to family, friends, dog, your
He's
brother.
on the spot.
Man, what? Last minute's yours. You do what you want.
Last minute's mine. Well, thanks for everyone for listening. If you guys want to find anything else more about cystic fibrosis, cancer, any lifestyle stuff, follow me on Instagram at one word, the cough monster, all lowercase. What else? Yeah, cystic fibrosis, man. It's Canada's most fatal genetic disease right now. So some kids and adults could really use everyone's help. So if you want to find out more or donate, you can visit Cystic Fibrosis Canada. And shout out to my family, man, taking good care of me, keeping me healthy as I was young. They're the real MVPs. And thank you for having me on, man. It was a blast just talking, and I love doing this stuff. So thank you.
Awesome, man. I'm happy to have you here. Come back next time. Next time you have more stories for me.
Yeah, cheers, man. Thank you.
Everyone listening, thank you very much for your support. You know what to do. Go to all of our social media outlets, like, subscribe, comment, Instagram, Facebook, iTunes, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. We're out. Peace, guys.